Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you are all well on this fabulous, fabulous Friday. Yes, it's Friday. It's fabulous. You're fabulous. You're looking fabulous. And I'm going to get straight into the meat and potatoes as we've got a bit to go through, as it's been a few hours, isn't it? That people have been. There's been a lot kicking off. Been a lot kicking off. We've got. We'll come to this in a second because this is what we're going to be talking about. We've got Megyn Kelly, who, if we go here first. She's copping some backlash. Megyn Kelly faces backlash for calling Epstein, 15-year-old victims barely legal. Conservative commentator Megyn Kelly drew widespread criticism on November 13, 2025, after telling her Sirius XM audience that Jeffrey Epstein targeted barely legal 15-year-old girls rather than younger children, based on an unnamed source close to the case. Critics, including parents, activists and legal experts, accused her of minimising statutory R-word and child exploitation. Nothing Epstein's 2008 guilty plea involved victims as young as 14, and that the age of consent is 17 in jurisdictions like New York. The remarks discussed amid unsealed Epstein files mentioning Donald Trump amplified outrage on X, with over 1.6 million engagements highlighting perceived hypocrisy given Kelly's past statements on consent for minors. So she's caught some backlash there, but then on the flip side of that coin, we'll go to here, where she's released explosive Charlie Kirk video revealing his Epstein and Israel message. Megyn Kelly just dropped an explosive, these glasses, they don't fucking work properly, and it's setting off a political firestorm. On her latest podcast, Kelly released a footage of Charlie Kirk telling Tucker Carlson to go Max on Israel and Jeffrey Epstein during a Turning Point USA event in July 2025. The viral clip has reignited massive speculation around Kirk's views and his private conversations with conservative insiders. Candace Owens has now jumped into the controversy, surprise, surprise, claiming this proves her early statements about Kirk's stance on both Israel and Epstein were true all along. Well, you didn't have to look that far to find where he stood on Epstein. I literally pointed this out weeks ago. It was only in Florida a few months before he was shot that he was openly saying on campus exactly how he stood. He wanted all of the files out. He wanted them to be compiled into a public access website so people could see the whole lot. That's what he wanted. But they have also got some backlash here. This is Candace Owens copping the flag, which is the main story for today. Charlie Kirk's top TPUSA ally erupts at Candace Owens as heinous Erika claim opens new chasm on the right. I was reading that and I thought, heinous Erika? Heinous Erika? Or does that mean the claim made against Erika is heinous? You tell me down below. And is she actually Erika, or is she in fact Eric? Join me in video 2 later to find out. A popular Christian influencer has launched a ferocious attack on Candace Owens amid her conspiracy theories. Not conspiracy theories, it's theories, because the official story don't make sense, about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Ali Beth Stuckey, described recently by Wall Street Journal as a possible heir apparent to the late Turning Point USA founder, made waves when she called out Owens on her popular online show Relatable on Wednesday. Stuckey wrote on X, "I wasn't going to respond to Candace publicly, but I thought that if I did, that collaboration of two heads going together, knowing that Candace is like the top podcast in the world, it may help me." Do you know what I mean? I'm reading between the lines. But I was genuinely hurt by her accusation that I don't care about who killed Charlie because I expressed concern for the lives of people who had been implicated in her series on CK's murder, which we'll come back around in a second. She also noted that most of all, she cares about how Christians seek truth. Just asking questions isn't a justification for slander, and asking questions isn't always slander. if the questions are warranted in asking. The God who created us and weighs our words has a lot to say about how we speak and what we seek, Stuckey added. Stuckey has been asked to fill Charlie's shoes at stops on his college tour and has also been a guest on the Charlie Kirk show after his death. Owens made sweeping generalizations about those close to the TPUSA founder. Charlie was betrayed by everyone, she wrote on X on October 20th. We got that is Ali Beth Stuckey there. I think she interviewed in the the Idaho 4 case. It says, in another cryptic post on September 13th, she wrote, Erika knows everything. It wasn't cryptic. This wasn't cryptic. I believe that this phrase here came from the video, or came from the information from the video that I showed you from the people's voice, where it was literally out of Andrew Culvert's mouth, where he is talking about the call received by somebody important to inform her that she had been chosen to be the new CEO for Turning Point USA, which leaves us with the question of who's the CEO of the CEO. And they literally stated that Erika was asked what she knew, and Erika said she knows everything. So it's not cryptic, it's just responding to statements that raise or make your ears prick up a little bit, coming out of the voice of literally Turning Point USA. So there's fuck all cryptic about it, you just aren't paying enough attention. So when Candace Owens turns around and says you don't care, you clearly, to a degree, you don't, because you're obviously not paying that much attention to see things that might make you question things and think, what does that actually mean? What does that actually mean? Do you know what I mean? Let me know down below. The provocateur has also frequently claimed that a succession plan was enacted after Charlie's death and accused TPUSA of an inside job. Erika is now the charity's chief executive. Stuckey said, I'm not saying Candace said Erika did it, but when you say everyone around Charlie betrayed him and Turning Point is covering it up, Erika is the CEO. Well, she wasn't at the point of his death, was she? She was sworn in as CEO after his death. If you want to get into the weeds of it, people are drawing the conclusion that the widow is in on it. They were thinking that prior to Candace even speaking, I would imagine, because that's generally where you go with all this sort of stuff, isn't it? When somebody dies, you automatically start looking at those closest to him. And when you've got literally security guards standing over him after he's been shot, seemingly smiling about it, again, you're going to have questions. Other conservatives praised Stuckey for speaking out against Owens' recent tirades. David Limbaugh, brother of the now-deceased conservative media titan Rush Limbaugh, wrote on X that he was sending kudos and respect to Ali Beth Stuckey for her courage and telling the truth in love, modelling Christian behaviour. Again, so this more affirming exactly what Candace Owens was stating. He's added that, especially lately, she has been among those who are the tip of the spear. Josh Hammer, who has been one of Kirk's friends most directly targeted by Owens, thanked Stuckey for her courage and conviction in addressing Owens directly. Political commentator Ariel Ezerad praised Stuckey as well, adding that her condemnation was something that Megyn Kelly was too much of a moral coward to do. I don't think it's about being a moral coward. I think that Megyn actually agrees with pretty much a lot of what Candace Owens says. And based on the fact that she is now coming out and showing exactly where Charlie Kirk stood when it came to the Epstein files, do you know what I mean? It's just, again, more going in the corner of Candace Owens. Owens told the Daily Mail in a statement, I'm pointing out glaring inconsistencies and outright lies that we've been told regarding Charlie's assassination. She managed Stuckey is a committed Zionist who uses emotionally manipulative tactics to stop her audience from asking questions. Owens branded the FBI findings in Charlie's death ridiculous. She concluded by writing, bullets that are designed to take down a moose are not magically stopped by human necks. The bullet that killed Charlie came from a .30-06 caliber rifle, a powerful and commonly used hunting rifle caliber capable of deep penetration and lethality. This was found lodged inside the neck, which Owens claims is suspicious. Charlie was shot dead on September 10th while speaking at the Turning Point USA event. And she's absolutely right. She's spot on with it. It just even down to the bullet itself. We know, what I've learned through my own research and listening to. I will say it's quite funny that YouTube seemingly has about 10,000 ex-Black Ops operatives with channels now. But from looking, it's quite clear that the behaviour of that bullet, if fired from where we're supposed to believe it was fired from, that is not consistent. A shot from that rifle with that round from that place by that individual and hitting in that position on Charlie would have taken his head fucking clean off, or at least caused much more devastation than we saw. And certainly when you learn about the laws of physics, when they seemingly suggest that it hits and goes and changes direction and goes somewhere else, that again just sounds utter ridiculous. And then they turn around and say, well, he's just simply the Man of Steel. Because when you haven't got any logical explanations, we turn to Marvel to get our answers, clearly. But let me know what you think about all of it. Candace Owens getting called out yet again. Megyn Kelly facing backlash in one hand, but raising valid points about, Charlie Kirk on the other, with his stance on Epstein. I did see that Turning Point USA as well, Colvert and the gang, had started to talk on the Epstein, and talking about some emails, but I think it was for the purpose of talking about it. It didn't really reveal anything, unlike, again, Megyn Kelly, who did a 2-hour live yesterday, talking more in depth about it and actually revealed actual pertinent information. But anyway, love you all, and I will catch you all in the next one. Mwah.